Hello, hello. Almost Shabbat Shalom. Right. Okay, we are back. Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. So I'm in. I want to make sure that let me just check the settings because I pulled the microphone cable out. Uh huh. In business. There you go. All right. There you go. All right. So I'm in Redondo Beach area. Very windy, so I found like a corner where I could stand here actually, and and speak and share with you and connect with you. Miracles, miracles, miracles. And you know when miracles happen? Miracles happen when we have full trust. And the funny thing is, the beauty thing is that when we have trust and complete faith in our and knowing, it's not just a faith, it's a noetic sense of the process and what is everything here is for us, and everything here is for the best of my journey, then things are happening. So this portion of the week, we are in the end of Passover, the seventh day of Passover, and we're really reading. We know about the process from the story of exiting Egypt in rush, and coming, following Moses all the way to the to Yam Suf, to the Red Sea, and and so here is the thing: is they're coming to the edge where, on one side is water, and on the other side are the Egyptians that are running after them. Now, you have there an enormous amount of people. You have millions of people. They are all slave mentality. All slave mentality. And they're screaming, they're screaming to Moses, what's going on? What, you brought us to die at the ocean, at the ocean, and on the other side they're chasing us because their heart was changed and things shifted. And so there is a question here. It's like they have a slave mentality. And when you are in slave mentality, when you are in fear, when you are consumed by survival, by not just by survival, but also the environment that is around you, that is poking you to a place where it is not good for you, taking you into a slave mentality, thinking of survival, only survival. How can you manage this and how can you manage that? And you don't have time to think, and you're just in labor. Then there is no really a place for believing anything else. They've also been involved and immersed in that culture before they were while they were living there. So they were immersed in that culture. So they're coming in front of the ocean and they don't have where to go. And comes out. So Moses calls to God and says, they are asking for help. He says, God tells them, what are you telling? What are you coming to cry to me? Tell them to go. Comes out one guy, Nachshon ben Aminadav, Nachshon the son of Aminadav, and he charges first and says, what are you questioning? God said, let's go, let's go. It wasn't a kind of, I believe that this is going to happen. God says, let's go, let's go. And he goes in. Now he goes in all the way, goes into his chest, he goes here, goes until he's being covered, and then the parting happened. Then the event happened. So also in Hebrew, when we're talking about somebody who did a courageous thing, or the first one to go in, it's called Pe'ula Nachshonit, Nachshon-like action, because you took the first step. There was many times you need, actually all the time, you need only one person to take the step, to go forward, to charge, to say, what are you talking about? Let's go, let's do it. And that was Nachshon. That was a, let's go. And when they saw what happened, and then they crossed, and then they, on top of everything, they saw the Egyptians on the shore, they saw the Egyptians on the shore, then the belief, the faith, became a knowing. Now, in the Torah, God never talks about belief. Believe in me. Believe in me. Believe in who I am. It says no. Vayadata Hashem et Hashem Elokecha, and you knew. It's the same thing as. No, it's not. Something else. Something else jumped to my mind. It's not the same thing. Never mind. Scratch that. And so, it's a noetic sense. So when somebody says, I believe in God, okay, let me example as a story. If I'm sitting with a person in a room, we're having a conversation, the door is closed. I'll get out of the room and close the door. Another person meets me on the hallway of that place and says, hey, tell me, is this person that you just spoke, person X, is he in this room? So when I answer to him, yes, he's in this room. Why? Because I've been there. Why? Because he's in this room. So it is not I believe he's in this room. He's in this room. This is the reality. A reality is knowing. I know that. A belief is a believing something in the future, or maybe somebody did something in the past, and I believe that person's version versus somebody else's version. So when it comes to our exodus, to our coming out of a place of enslavement, of something that held us back, of something that, and it could be things, many times it has to do with relationships. Not talking about relationships between necessarily one person to another, but the relationship itself. My take on a certain thing, my perspective, my relationship to that, to what is happening. And we're starting a new path. And it is sometimes it's very challenging to live in that place of I know this is going to happen. The minute I step out, it's going to happen. The minute I put myself out, it's going to happen. And many times putting ourselves out means sacrifice. Sacrifice of what we know. Sacrifice of what we know, although it didn't work, but we know. Right? Although it didn't work, but we know it. So it becomes almost like a comfort poison comfort kind of thing. You know? So when we start something new, it's very easy to be swayed to the side. You know, the continuation of it. And taking the action to show the complete, not just faith, but the complete knowing of that reality, knowing that God and the universe is here, everything to support us in our each personal journeys. And each one of us has their own box of crayons. And each one of us is creating this painting, right? And it's an everlasting painting, and it continues, and it grows, and it expands, and it contracts. And so when we know that what is happening is for the good of us, and sometimes we don't know why what is happening is happening. We don't know. It could happen to the small, very small things. Even an action that you may not know why you're doing, but your action is in the service of somebody else's needs in their own journey. And you are the shaliach, you are the messenger, you are the person who is here to deliver and to be the executor, if you will, of that need to happen in the creation of the story for you and for the other person. So by you sitting in or driving and standing at a stoplight and giving money or food to somebody on the corner, and on the corner, you are serving your own journey and you're serving that person's journey. And so when we have faith in what we do, when we have faith in our journey, when we have faith in our place, in our tone, in our vibration, in our music note, if you will, then we don't even have to think about what we're doing. We're just doing it. It's like riding a bike. You don't think about riding a bike if you ride a bike, or walking. You don't think about walking. You walk. Why? Because you know that you're walking and this is going to happen because there is a floor, there is a ground. So this is the physical ground. And the spiritual ground is to know that God is here for us, for each one of us. And everything that is happening for the good of our journey. How is it for the good of our journey if we suffer? Sometimes we have to go through these situations. Sometimes we have to go through these experiences that are expanding us. It's like going to the gym, you know? I tried it, but it caused my heart to beat faster, my blood to go crazy. Obviously it wasn't good, so I stopped. No, but we're pushing. By resistance, we are creating the results, the desired results. We're creating the expansion. We're coming into our contracting and expanding from that. And so this journey is continuing all the time. And when we have the full trust that everything that is happening for us, yeah, it's sunny all the time. And also when it is windy or gray, we know that it is for the purpose to come back for whatever reason, ecological reasons that are happening, if we are talking about trees and weather. But everything that is happening, every experience, every relationship, our relationship to what is happening, what place we are operating from. When we have trust, and not just trust, but the noetic sense of trust, the knowing that this is going to be okay, that this is okay, the knowing that whatever the results are, it is for the best for me. And I can take this and make something out of it, or we have that. The vibration grows higher. We start vibrating on higher levels. We attract people that are supportive in our goals, and we are in theirs. But the vibration is higher, so you keep expanding, you keep growing, keep going up. So let's take this exodus and make this exodus worth it. Yeah. Shabbat shalom, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.